Now let's move on to section 5.3, which is long division, which is going to be a long division. Okay. All right. How do I do long division? I'm going to go ahead and write down x squared plus 3x minus 10, and I'm going to divide this with x minus 2. What I do is I only take the first terms into consideration. I'm going to see how many times x goes into x squared, which is x times. Once I know the value, I'll multiply with x minus 2. So when I multiply, x times x is x squared, x times negative 2 is negative 2x. Remember how you do the regular division. That's a division. If you're dividing 5 with 2, you're going to see how many times 2 goes into 5. 2 times 2, 4, remainder 1. Same concept, but you will only take a look at the first one. X goes into x squared how many times? X times x, x squared, x times negative 2, negative 2x. And now you subtract. When you subtract, what do? You change the sign. This becomes a negative and this becomes a positive. Both of them cancel out. If they don't cancel out, that means you're making a mistake. Now I have 5x minus 10. Now I'm going to circle the first one, and I'm going to see how many times x goes into 5x, which is plus 5 times. Once I have that, I'm going to multiply 5 with x and 5 with 2. Let me erase all of these. Once I have the 5, I'm going to multiply 5 with x and 5 with 2. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 2 is negative 10. And now I subtract. When I subtract, what do? I change the sign. This becomes a negative. This becomes a positive. Boom, boom. Your remainder is 0. Go ahead, pause the video, copy it down, and then play it back again. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. X cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. I'm dividing this with x minus 3. Let me move this to the side so it's easy for me. I'm going to take the first term into consideration. I'm going to see how many times x goes into x cubed, which is x squared times. And now I'm going to multiply x squared times x squared times negative 3. X squared times x is x cubed, and x squared times negative 3 is negative 3x squared. Pause the video, see if you understand, and come back to the next step. Once I do that, I subtract. When I subtract, what do? Change the sign. Don't forget that. Make sure you write this down somewhere. The first term cancels out. It has to. If not, you're making a mistake. Negative 2x squared plus 3 is x squared, and then you bring the next one down, just like the regular division. And now I'm going to go ahead and erase these things so it's not confusing. Now what do? I circle my first term, and I'm going to see how many times x goes into x squared, which is positive x times. Once I have that, I'm going to multiply x times x and x times negative 3. X times x is x squared, and x times negative 3 is negative 3x. And now I subtract. Again, pause if you don't understand. When I subtract, what do? I change the sign. This becomes a negative, this becomes a positive. Boom, this one cancels out. Negative 5x plus 3 is negative 2x. I bring down the 6. I'm going to erase these two. What do? I circle the first term. And now I'm going to see how many times x goes into negative 2x. And my answer is negative 2 times. Once I know that, I'm going to multiply 2 times negative x, 2 times negative 3. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. 2 times Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. What do I do when I subtract? Change the sign. This becomes a positive. This becomes a negative. Boom, boom, 0. And that's how you do long division. And after this video, I want you to start working on your review and complete the review because we'll be taking a test on November 1st.